Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about an op ed from 4 or 5 days ago in the Wall Street Journal, written by Ted Cruz. The reason we're talking about it 4 or 5 days after it happened is because I didn't read it when it came out, because, come on, who wants to read an op ed written by Ted Cruz? I was wrong. I was wrong. It is wild. It is being widely received, on Twitter at least, as him kind of admitting to taking campaign contributions in exchange for favors to large corporations, which, that's something we all kind of assume goes on. But it was weird to have it kind of put out in the way that it appears he did. Again, he may not have meant it in the way it is being received, but that is the reception. So it starts off with him going off on this wild rant about woke companies, and they don't read the bills before they get all mad, and all of this stuff. And yeah, they are super mad about Georgia. Okay, he goes on to say, this is the point in the drama when Republicans usually shrug their shoulders and call these companies job creators and start to cut their taxes. Not this time. This time, we won't look the other way on Coca-Cola's $12 billion in back taxes owed. This time, when Major League Baseball lobbies to preserve its multi-billion-dollar antitrust exemption, we'll say no thank you. This time, when Boeing asks for billions in corporate welfare, we'll simply let the Export-Import Bank expire. You know, for people who don't care what woke companies do, they seem really upset about this. That slogan, go woke, go broke, remember all of that? I guess that's not true, because they seem to be mounting some opposition to this practice by these companies. It goes on, and he says, in my 9 years in the Senate, I've received $2.6 million in contributions from corporate political action committees. Starting today, I no longer accept money from any corporate PAC. I want you to remember that $2.6 million number over 9 years. Okay, a little less than $300,000 a year. And then he goes on a little bit later to say, to them I say, when the time comes, you need help with a tax break or regulatory change, I hope the Democrats take your calls, because we may not. Starting today, we won't take your money either. When you're looking at these pieces, you can understand why it's being received the way it is on Twitter. But this does show a couple of things. First, apparently the large corporations speaking out the way they have does have an impact, because they are super mad. But second, we might be wrong about something. If you are, when you read this article, and I'll have it below, if you do read it as him connecting the favors and the campaign contributions, we may need to rethink some of our conventional wisdom. We've always said that we don't get real representation because we don't have enough money to buy a senator. Do the math. $2.6 million over 9 years, a little less than $300,000. Let's just take the Coca-Cola thing. $12 billion in back taxes owed that apparently they looked the other way on. That is 0.0025%. Maybe we can afford a senator. I honestly thought it would cost more. That's pretty inexpensive. We could probably do a GoFundMe to get a lot of the stuff we needed if that's all it costs. And that's just one of the companies. And he says that the 2.6 is from all of them. Senators aren't as expensive as we believed, I guess. Now, in Cruz's defense, I'm fairly certain he wasn't attempting to admit to taking campaign contributions in exchange for favors. I'm pretty sure that's not what he's trying to convey here. But at the same time, I also can't blame people for taking it that way, because the contributions and the favors are mentioned in close proximity more than once. Yeah, I don't think I've ever enjoyed something written by Ted Cruz more than this. So the takeaway here is we need to set up a GoFundMe account, start our own PAC or something. And the other one is, for as much as they talked about how worthless it was that these woke companies were speaking out, it certainly appears to be having an impact. Because if they're putting out op-eds like this in the Wall Street Journal, they're probably trying to get a message across. I don't know that this is really going to be that effective because of the way it reads. It kind of comes across as, y'all were mean to me, so I'm not going to let you pay me off anymore. Again, I'm certain that's not what he was trying to say, but I wouldn't blame anybody who read it that way at the same time. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.